Can you win World War II with only releasing puppets in Hearts of Iron 4? This is what I want to find out with the nation of Italy, because they famously had a hard time in World War II. So I think there would be an amazing example for that. And yes, I'm sacrificing my PC here, because if you know what happens when you release like most of Africa as a puppet, the game doesn't like that. Even though there's literally a path in Great Britain that does that. But trust me, the game doesn't like it. Anyways, I'm going to do that today. So without any further ado, Iron Man, historical, and go. So as Italy, we start off in a very interesting position because we have to immediately win a war while also having to release a lot of land because we own stuff in Africa. I think even that land over here, is it court? No, it's not court. So we have to release that too. So what I will do is I will go through this list and release everything that has an occupation indicator, meaning it has resistance. And with Croatia, I'm going to be very careful and retain my cores because I don't want to give away core land. I think the only thing I can't release right now is Greece, because over here I would just give it back. You know what? In the spirit of the challenge. No occupied land. There you go, Greece. You're welcome. I don't need it anyways, trust me. We will have enough land very soon. TLDR, I did a small test run. This might be strong. This might be quite strong. But yeah, for focus, let's go down army primacy for good mill factories. Industry-wise, I'm literally gonna do the same and just build mills. For our production, I would say guns. We don't even produce artillery. No wonder Italy lost. This is not good production. And our fighters, I remember, they're actually awful. Yeah, this is our CAS. There's no CAS locks here. This is small bombs and light machine guns. This is horrible plane. And we don't even have a basic fighter. Just an interwar one. You know what? I'm just gonna ignore Air Force for now. This is horrible. But yeah, production is this. Research, we can do all the basic stuff with engineering and industry, plus, very obvious threat, paratroopers. It's funny how Paradox made a lot of things harder, but defeating France at the end of the day is still just 220 days of researching paratroopers, which actually brings me to building transport planes, because we do actually need them. They're quite essential for this. Importing a bit of rubber, don't really care where it comes from, so British Malaysia is fine. For our little conflict down here, I would say let's just set up the front lines, and we actually might need some help. I'm gonna get a few more troops down here, and that should be nearly... Need to give some generals around here, and that should be that. Very good. We do bypass Ethiopian war logistics because we didn't release the puppets over here. Downside is we will not get a Usa, so this will not be an easy passage through this land. We literally have to fight around this, and justifying takes way too long. So we have to win this war the hard way, and we're of course going to do by any means necessary, giving us good bonuses but kind of forcing us to win very soon. And with that focus done, and this still going on, let's just do Italian highways, because later on industry would be nice. And with the highways built, I'm gonna get mills. We do need them. Also over here, we are very soon gonna win. We are next to the capital, and it should be in time, even though not getting this land mixed is very dreadful, and we move absolutely slow. But the front lines are about to merge, so I'm gonna be optimistic and say we got this. Yep, we got this. And best of all, there are a lot of potential puppets in Ethiopia, meaning we can release a lot of them. And best of all of these puppets will have their own industrial focus, and over time start doing that. So long term, this is a pretty good industry build. Short term, it's gonna be, I guess, cheaper to occupy. That is very much true. But yeah, beautiful. A bit harder to pull off, but a lot of puppets already. And we finish solid progress, meaning we can now go down the political routes. And we are surprisingly enough gonna go down Mussolini, which I never did in any video, funnily enough. But down here, he actually gets a decent modifier for puppets. So yeah, I'm gonna play him. That feels kind of weird, because I love my alternative history stuff, but to be fair, we're going to win. I guess that's alternative history enough. And my dearest army, please come home. I have to sort out this mess now. And I gotta say, I actually didn't know that, but all of these Ethiopian puppets have their own focus tree. That is kind of cool. To be fair, that's the same one Ausa gets. Okay, maybe it's not that unique. Doesn't matter. There's some industry in there. We can get that. So that's actually nice. Political advisor-wise, I will actually not go for a silent workhorse right now, because we get a lot of political power modifiers with our leader. So you know what? I'm gonna spend it on war economy, just to get a bit more industrial output in the early game. And I'm also gonna bring my Air Force home, because I kind of need it. I would also say it's time to design a decent fighter plane, meaning all machine guns, a plane designer, and that's basically it. As long as it can fly, I don't need more thrust, so that is good. Gonna build that. Plus, changing the cast to be actually good and adding only bomb blocks, plus maybe a cast designer. Yeah, that should be good. They're not amazing planes, but they are way better than what we had before. Those fighter cast hybrids are horrible. And you can already look at our list of puppets. And it already looks so much. You don't want to see what it looks like in 1 year. It's gonna be very different. Talking about it, I'm gonna immediately justify on France now before I forget. And I didn't notice this until I did a test run. France is now guaranteed by Belgium, not just the other way around. So if we go into France, we will get at war with Belgium too. Funnily enough, giving us a free war goal against Britain later. But if everything goes to plan, we can capitulate France before Belgium joins the Allies. Or actually, France joined the Allies. So we should separate peace them and then go to war with Britain. Why this is amazing, I will show you when we're there. For now, let's continue down our path with Triumph in Africa, unlocking the balance of power. As for advisors, I would say this guy's pretty good. Less consumer goods, giving us 3 more services, pretty good. As for the focus, let's do Karl of El Duce, probably budgeted, I don't care. Giving us a good trade and more balance of power, which you could actually also influence quite a lot by using political power. So maybe I should do that, because after a while you gain actually quite a bit of political power. You do lose experience, but do trust me, if you get the right advisors, actually military staff, and fight in the war, this is not gonna be a problem. This is just gonna be free political power then. So yeah, that's gonna be good. Plus an agency. You know what, I'm gonna send it down here to have a little bit more insight into France. Paratroopers are also researched, so I'm gonna downsize them to a 4 combat with, and have my special forces cap. Oh my god. Let me just get all of the mountaineers. Very good. Delete. And now we can build how many paratroopers? 12. Yeah, that's pretty good. Plane-wise, how we're looking here? 30. Okay, we need 20 more, which you should absolutely get in the time we need to justify. Tip from my side, you can justify way earlier. Do that. That is the TLDR, just do that. I might be a bit late with this, which doesn't mean we're gonna be too late. Far from it. But you could do this even earlier. I mean, Ethiopia is a little bit of a slug if you release the puppets here, because getting Aus is pretty good for pushing. But you can be a bit nice to yourself and just release these puppets after. I just know if I don't do that now, like I did with Greece, people are gonna be mad. So yeah, I love you all. But if you're here for good gameplay, then that's on you. That's not on me. When did I ever do that? I do stupid challenges in my own unique way. If you want to learn the game, sure. If you want to be good at the game, why are you still here? I'm playing Italy and I'm only releasing puppets. What did you expect? If I would turn this into a wall conquest, my PC would explode. Good news is we do have enough transport planes now. Very nice. So I'm gonna get rid of that, freeing up a lot of mills. And we have quite a good industry already. Looking at 30 mills versus the French, 14. And the British, I mean, max 17. So they basically outproduced the French and the British together in 1936. So that's pretty good. They're already getting some factories. That's also very nice. I for myself gonna just rush down here for some nice modifiers, but also want to get this modifier over here as soon as possible, because ticking down the autonomy is gonna be a very good passive effect. Austria wants help. And you know what? I'm gonna do that with the upside that we will get a free war goal on Germany. So yeah, let's do that. Oh, they said no, because I demanded something from them. I guess you want this, Austria. So we officially get more political power now, because we are in dictatorial authority of the Duke. Very nice. With that, I mean the political power. Just to be clear, I'm also gonna prepare my paratroopers now, because our war goal will be done in... I mean, we have 100 more days, so that's not a lot. But yeah, most importantly, Paris. Then we basically want 1 division in every single city that might be open. And with that, I mean, somewhere where the AI might not put troops. Basically meaning not a border province. So this is very unlikely, because the AI likes to have troops on the border. On the other hand, they're guaranteeing each other, so they might be non-aggressive to this nation, so might be free. This here is basically a loss. The border to Germany, don't even try it. Paris most of the time tends to be actual free, so landing there is possible. And just to be double sure, I'm gonna put another paratrooper at the end into Paris in case this one gets encircled, because they are very weak, they will immediately die, and Paris is very important to be captured, so I'm gonna do that. On the other hand, I'm gonna make a fallback line over here, allowing them to be... I just put my paratroopers here and undid all of these orders. But yeah, basically do this fallback line over here, so they can take a little bit of land, and basically tricking the Air Force to only put themselves above the Alps, meaning I only have to control 1 air zone to get these paratroopers landed. Because it doesn't matter if you have air supremacy, it just matters that there's either no Air Force up at all, or you have air supremacy. So both is fine. And my goal is to have in the Alpine region air supremacy, and in the rest, I'll just, you know, there's no one there, so we just go over that. And because it's so much fun, let me just set up the paratroopers again. What I'm also gonna do right now, a bit cheeky too, is I asked for docking rights in Germany, and they did say yes to that. I'm gonna bring my navy out of the Mediterranean, so in case we need it for Britain, it is already out. Because once we finish the war with France, I imagine Belgium will immediately join the Allies, meaning that we will be locked into the Mediterranean. And because I don't plan on defending my homeland anyways, because France will be gone that fast, we shouldn't have a problem there. And with the next focus here, we gain even more political power for, I mean, 730 days, but 2 years for this challenge is a long time. This is a very fast challenge. So yeah, that is very good. And that's why we don't need a Salan workhorse, because we already get quite a bit of political power. And on top of that, we get even more effects to get even more political power. And my agent has been captured. The French, what did you do? A faith worse than death. You can't leave France now. I love you, my French viewers. Oh, we got a mission from Mussolini. Let's go. Have 30 civs. Sure. Hold everything. The Duce wants something. We shall do it. Build civs. It's counterproductive, but I think it actually gives a nice effect. Yeah, look at that. Construction speed for a year. I'll take that. Plus even more political power. Yeah, you get a lot of political power. Trust me. Gonna take the war industrialist now for the future. And yeah, would you look at that? Even more political power. Who would have thought? It's so crazy. Political power is not a problem in this path, I can tell you that. War goal is also ready, so I'm gonna immediately go in, and we're gonna be at war with Belgium. Lure the French into attacking me and bring up the air force over here. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna start the paratroopers and bring up my own air force to get air supremacy just in that region. Meaning we should now drop. Yeah, look at that. Just in case I'm gonna do a last stand, so they can't just push me out immediately. Come on. Oh, that's a lot of victory points we got already. Auto recapitulating. It's already over. That was fast. But yeah, while the game hasn't realized yet that the war is over, I'm just gonna bring my troops over to Belgium and peace treaty time. Yeah, that's the war with the French. It's still not hard. The hard part is going to be doing the peace conference and releasing all the puppets. And to make it a bit easier for myself, I'm just gonna work myself from the bottom up, because at the bottom tend to be the not as obvious puppets. Basically the puppets within puppets, or to be more precise, nation within nations. But yeah, I'm gonna try to puppet everyone, and I'll see you then. So I puppeted everything, and yeah, immediately Belgium joins the allies, as I thought. Man, Africa already looks... Oh, it's gonna get way worse than that. My puppet list already is quite thick. In industry, yeah, we're getting there. Very slowly but surely. I'm not even sure if it's updated yet. But because we don't have any time anyways, I'm just gonna bring all my troops to Belgium, capitulate Belgium, then try to paradrop into Britain. And it should capitulate them actually quite soon. Because even though Britain is a lot harder right now, with the situation that I have to fight all of my African puppets, they will be very busy down here. Meaning I should have a quite easy time to just land in the UK and take it over. Because even the AI can stretch thin after a while, especially this early in the game. It is literally the start of 1937. It is very early. While Britain in the background is declaring war on all of my puppets, have fun, Britain. I'm gonna wait for them for a little bit to bring down all of the troops and actually fight that. Use the time to capitulate Belgium and set up the paratrooper orders. Yeah, Belgium is gone. That was faster than expected it. So let's set up the paratroopers. Gonna make it kinda easy for myself. Prioritize the ports and then the provinces next to them. And with my army ready on the coast, our air force able to support it, we should be able to get an open window and land. Okay, RNG wise, I'm very unlucky because they're keeping up all of the air force. My plan is now to call in all of these nations down here, maybe bringing the British Air Force. Yeah, it's going down, and fixing a bit of my air force too. Well enough, I will outproduce them over time because I just have way more industry than them. Yeah, they're really losing the air war now. Main problem is they're probably consolidated Africa, but oh, actually they're still fighting. There are still some pockets, but I doubt that Britain land war will be as easy as it would have been before. So just in case I muted my mic, I'm gonna recap what just happened, because I did just notice, I think I just muted my mic. I did eventually land in Britain, in Dover and Bristol, after I finally got some air supremacy. And with no naval landing, no, my navy got a huge bonk from the British, because I finally got air supremacy, because I'm vastly outproducing the British now, and I noticed a lot of my planes were in stockpile. Plus, I did weaken the navy with a little bit of a nav build in the background, so that worked out in my favor. Anyways, let's finally defeat the British, because this is dreadful. The focus tree-wise, we're already all the way down here now, giving us devotion. Very good. With, once again, you wouldn't guess it, political power and some other good modifiers. But as I said, at the end of the day, I just want the Capo Supremo for the good puppet modifiers. That's, by the way, the main reason why we go down Mussolini, because he has the only path that really gives puppet stuff and works well with the idea. And because you might think, why do I do this with Italy? The main reason, funnily enough, is that I think with Britain and France, you can't release any puppets of yourself. And Italy is a challenging nation right next to them that can release all of the puppets. So yeah, that is basically my main reason. But imagine being defeated by Italians. That must hurt. Oh, come on. Win, please. It is already 1937, which is actually late for this. At least late 1937. If you're lucky, you can win this in mid-1937, no problem. I mean, maybe even earlier if you don't screw up France like me, but that's just me doing me stuff. And the last focus missing for this, let's do towards a greater Italy so we can actually do this. And yeah, the UK capitulated. Let's do the puppets, which might be just as painful as landing in Britain. Just so you see how long this list is, okay? I have to go through this now and click everything manually. And then not just once, because I also want the resources and the factories. So I did screw up taking resource rights and war operations, because the puppet action is now unavailable after confirming getting the puppets. Very cool paradox. Anyways, I would still say though, with all of these puppets in my hand now, I should have a good industry. Yeah, I do. For in 1938 Italy, that's quite quite good. And now thinking that most of these haven't done any industrial focuses yet. I mean, the older ones actually already did. That's a good example that this tactic works, by the way. But the newer ones haven't done anything yet, so let them cook. By the way, I'm gonna 100% go into America now, because if I don't do it now, they will become way too strong. So let's do that. Meaning I have to increase the infrastructure over here, airports and railway. And with the French and the British Navy combined, we should be stronger than the USA and get naval dominance. What we will also need is a better army, so I'm actually gonna reform that now. Gonna try a very weird 25 with belt, and I'm gonna do the fun honor now of sorting out all of the units I can't delete and then reform my army. And with for what a great Italy done, let's finally get this modifier over here for reducing autonomy. I don't actually care about actually reducing the autonomy, because they're already at the lowest level when you take them as a puppet in a peace treaty. No, it's more about keeping them under control if I want to buy resources from them or if they help me in a war. So this basically allows me to not think about my puppets anymore while they keep existing around the map, which in my mind is worth a lot, because it's quite a pain. The downside is they will still send me units all the time. Yeah, I still wish there was a button for denying those troops automatically, but for now there isn't. So yeah. Also, if you look at our beautiful puppet count now, you see quite a bunch of puppets. And I have to say, surprisingly enough, the game is not lagging yet, but I feel like if I would call in all the puppets at once into a war, the game would crash, so I'm not gonna do that, because it did lag very hard in the test run. I don't want to know how bad it is with OBS running. That's probably not good. And I got this beautiful mission over here to strengthen the army. It should be quite easy, because I need more men anyways, so I might have already been on that. And I need them so fast that I'm just gonna deploy them, because my war goal with the USA is very soon done. I'm also gonna prepare my navy now, meaning I will split off my submarines, also get my destroyers and light cruisers out, merge this two into one blob, split it off like twice, because I do want to have something left with my seek and destroy navy as a shield. But yeah, I'm gonna split this into 3 different categories, where we will have the submarine navy for convoy raiding, the big ships for attacking, and the little ships for spotting. Of course, I'm gonna let them up into like 8 different task groups, so they will have quite an easy time controlling this area. So with the big ships, I'm just gonna split them off into like 4 different things that should be strong enough and should keep the Americans busy. Most importantly, the submarines, that should really hurt the US trade. Costing me a bunch of fuel, which I will just import. It's not that important. I have a lot of industry. And we're still building so much. We actually have an enormous industry now. This is so good. And they still haven't done their focuses yet. They're literally on most of the focuses. Beautiful. This number will go up so much in the next few months. And with Capo Supremo done too, we are basically done with the political stuff, because I don't really need the war goals, and can do a bit of industry and the research slot. You know what? I'm actually gonna speed down the research slot, because that is very nice. Yeah, we're getting so much political power with any silent workhorse or anything, so you really don't need political power as Italy. Not in this path. My war goal is also ready, so I'm pretty sure I should immediately go in. My army is still, yeah, it's very weak, but I feel like if I don't start now, the US will just become stronger. So I'm kind of counting on my Air Force strength to just beat them. Them having 60 to 41 and me having 44. So yeah, we have way more. This is probably gonna go very well. And just in case it doesn't, we have a way bigger industry than them. They have 22 mils, which will go up, but we had 127 right now, meaning we can probably capture more factories that they can get via the focus tree. So that's pretty good. And I'm just gonna wait for my naval landing to be prepared and then go in. Yeah, let's go. Also gonna call in Quebec. This is why this board is very nice, because then we only have to defend the Quebecan border and nothing else, because Canada is a different nation that we just won't call in, making this a very manageable front line and allowing us to reinforce over the ocean over time. What actually made it faction with other nations to actually get Ireland. That's pretty cool, because if they actually become a major power, I could just call this nation in and take them over. So this is not scary. Naval landing has also landed. Very beautiful. Securing us a very, very important supply up in the region and allowing us to just continue our big push. And yeah, so far the push is going very well. They have a max of 72 divisions, which is nothing. We have 95 and ours are way better equipped. Okay, not equipped, but the templates are better, okay? The equipment will come over time. I'm a little bit ambitious with what I did here. We are missing a little bit of guns, a little bit of artillery, but this was minus 14,000 before and this was minus 7,000 before. So we are catching up, okay? Oh yeah, our Air Force is doing a very good job now. Let's go. In the USA, you really need a good Air Force, otherwise you're absolutely cucked. To get a very good modifier for defending. This over here is just crazy good, but with our Air Force just slapping them, this should be very doable. Let's just notice I'm out of fuel again, so I need to import even more fuel. I will try to infiltrate them, just in case we don't get to Washington in time. Yeah, we had a little bit of a supply problem, then I changed to trucks, which I'm building since day one. Now it's gone. We're also catching up with guns and everything, so yeah, this is just one. Like normally USA wars are quite hard, but because it's this early and we are this prepared, it is easy. It's actually very easy. We just need to catch up with our Air Force, which I maybe forgot right now, and everything should be fine. Yeah, goodbye US Air Force. Even quote-unquote our Navy is dominating. Kinda borrowed that a bit from a bit of everywhere. But yeah, we are in Washington. Time to move our spy operations to the other coast. But they were very good in helping to attack because they do reduce the max planning very good. I've actually encircled so many troops. How much do they have left right now? They lost like a third of their army already. And because they need to guard like a lot of coastal provinces, they have barely any troops at the front line. That is genuinely wild. Okay, this went better than I thought it would. This is the opposite of Great Britain. This is amazing. Like a knife through butter. And it's 1938, by the way. So World War II hasn't even started yet. I did just spot a planned naval invasion they tried, which is kind of useless because I have naval supremacy. Why are you doing this to yourself, USA? You're just weakening yourself even more. Why are you denying yourself these defense forces? I'm just gonna say, I don't know if I should be happy or sad that I can't release every single state as its own little puppet, because that would absolutely kill my PC, but at the same time, it would be so much industry. I would kind of love to see it. I mean, we're already up at 170 mills and civs, so that's good. I'm so optimistic. I'm just gonna start to justify on the Netherlands in the background. We can actually justify on quite a lot of nations while we're in this war, because it's way shorter. Okay, not Luxembourg yet, because it's way longer. But we have the political power. I have nothing to do with it now. Our government is completely staffed. I am done with the Mussolini decisions over here. I have all the titles in the world. I've declared myself God Emperor of everything. And you know what? It might be true at this point. This is a very competent Italy. We divided and conquered the world. At least we're about to. No, this is not a world conquest. Screw that. Puppet only world conquest. That's your 100k sub special. There you go. Change in direction. Instead of down, we now go west. Yeah, and the Navy is also gone. Maybe I shouldn't have done that because I could have stolen it. But I'm dominating the Navy. And for the focus tree, I'm just doing, you know, some focuses in the background. I kind of didn't even fix my military. It's still bad. It's just so optimized that it just works. And with optimized, I mean I have a lot of factories just building a lot of expensive equipment, meaning they're pretty good because of Air Force. And I'm also not gonna do anything anymore. I'm just gonna watch my beautiful army rush down the USA. Very good. Might be the time to get a coffee. I do actually have to micro that because it's not part of the front line anymore. But yeah, overall, this is very nice. I can finally also disband our irregular units, which are the most annoying thing about Italy. And I might just also do our own faction now. Because I gotta be honest, right now, I don't really know what I already own or puppet because I don't have a faction. Industry-wise, half of Europe. I mean, okay, there's Germany, which is also like a big chunk of Europe industry-wise. So maybe after getting rid of them. Also just noticed my manpower. So let's go to extensive conscription. And yeah, I think as soon as this collaboration government is done, or even sooner, the USA is gonna be gone. I'm invited into the Axis. You know what? I have other plans, Mr. Mustache Man. I have other plans. Let's just say I will come to you in a second. So the USA is about to capitulate. You know what? I'm gonna do something risky. Deploy these units over here. I somehow did lose my war call against the Netherlands. Good skills from my side. But yeah, I would say right before I'm about to capitulate the USA, I will declare war on a few more nations to get them into the peace treaty. Because of my test run, they didn't create a faction. But if they're so kind in my video to do that, I shall exploit that and get more land. So goodbye, Yugoslavia. I also got a mission to occupy Albania now. I guess very good that I started the path to do that. Come on, every one of you, join the faction. You wanna do it. Czechoslovakia is in. Yugoslavia didn't join yet. I will do the Netherlands though, and they did join. And then is America gone? Was a bit too fast because the Netherlands is not in the peace treaty, but yeah, I think I should be able to do that. It's fine. Anyways, let's make puppets. Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Ukraine. Oh, Czechoslovakia. Yeah, true. I guess why not? Ukraine. Getting all of the juicy industry from everywhere. Thank you for your war operations. And even better, especially in the USA, oil. Oh my god, not needing oil anymore. This is gonna be beautiful. From now on, the conquests are basically free. Thank you, game. I do have to fight against Yugoslavia though. But you know what? I have an entire army. That shouldn't be too hard. Maybe they join the faction of the Netherlands. That would be cool. Because they're now the head of the American Alliance, whatever that is. And the Confederate States of America. Let's go. We are the good guys. We are spreading Mussolini. Trains. We're spreading trains. We are autistic. I forgot about that. Huh? The trains run on time. I know this is not against autistic people. I'm like very, very sure. I am autistic. Especially trains. I love trains. Trains are amazing. If you ask yourself, Florius, have you ever played this train game? Yes, very, very likely. I did play the train game, but whatever it is. Oh, finally, all joined the faction. So who do I have to defeat? The Netherlands and someone else? No, just the Netherlands. It's gonna be easy then. Let me just mass my air force next to the land of Nethers. Can Germany just just declared war on me. Turn of events I didn't expect right now, but makes sense because I do own Czechoslovakia. So let me just save my Rs over here and pull out of Istria. I'm happy that they did not join the Axis, but the other faction. My army is here now. My air force is here, so I will probably just clap the Germans, but this development will be a little bit of a stop in my victory parade. Let me just call you into the not German war, the Italian-Dutch war. Oh no, you called into both wars. This is so stupid. Okay, let's finish this as soon as possible. I got a negative event for Istria. I just gotta praise some stuff, and then this is fine again. I gotta say the amazing news that the Germans declared war on me might sound stupid, but it's actually good news. I will not have to fight Japan. The guarantee does still happen, even though whatever I say, at least the test run I did. So skipping that entire thing is probably not a bad thing. I gotta say that. And that war is over. Very good. I'm just very cheekily gonna puppet everything I can. And yeah, very beautiful. Got everything, even the navy. Let's take care of Germany. Yeah, I gotta say the Germans at the beginning were quite strong. Like, they really had a punch. But now that I consolidated my air force and my army and even got my navy over here, this is going way better. I still have to fight a gigantic Germany, but like industry-wise, oh my god, I have so much factories. I didn't even check that for a while, but I have so much factories. Yeah, we outproduce them by a lot. The only factor that they have is that they have a very competent and supply military, and we are a bit stretched thin from all of our conquests. But give it like 3 months and we have produced everything we need to just defeat Germany in a small little push. Their air force is just quite big, like surprisingly big, and very close to ours. But once we start the production of like a lot of fighters, which I just did, like look how much factories are in fighters right now and CAS, we should win this. At the same time, I'm also researching finally more modern fighters, and those will absolutely crush them. I'm also running out of spots on where to build because I built so fast and everywhere. I guess I could just pump the US finally full of mills now that they give 80% of that to me. Let me actually check before I lie. It is 65%. Okay, I lied. Still a lot though, okay? It's still good. We're getting 282 mills from our puppets. And civilian factory-wise, we're gaining 171. I did start the war over here. I could actually lean back and not attack Germany so they can annex that, and then we, if they don't lose to them now. And then I would say once Germany got all of this land, we're just gonna swoop in and take everything from them. So yeah, I'm just gonna let them fight over here, not push anywhere. Did I weaken Germany too much and they're losing now? That would be funny though. Okay, they're actually starting to lose against Poland. And I don't want to wait anymore, so I'm just actually gonna push. I think with the army split into half and the air force doing the same, we should just destroy them now. Because I recovered my army there. Look at their supply. Like, look at their equipment. They're so screwed. We also got a new mission from the God Emperor to fill up our fuel reserves. They're at 100%. We have to increase our fuel reserve. Mussolini, do you really want me to build fuel silos? We own the United States and Texas. I don't think we need fuel reserves. The problem is he's the God Emperor, so I can't say no. What do I know? I'm just a little commander. I guess we build fuel silos now. I didn't even see that. We're in Vienna already. That is good. And we finished the mission. Okay, I'm immediately gonna stop building fuel silos then, because I need the slots for other stuff than fuel silos. And welcome to the rush to Berlin between Poland and Italy. Like in our timeline. And oh my god, we already got rid of 1 million Germans. Well, our losses are, I mean, it's still high, but compared to this, very good. And they have no more equipment and actually no more army. So if I just right-click on Berlin, do we just win the war? I mean, they seem to be just walking there without resistance so far. There's no one in Berlin. There's no one in Berlin. Go in, pin. No, they're going past Berlin. I misclicked. No, strategic mistake. But yeah, I think we got this. Everyone stop going to Berlin. And yeah, the war is over. Cool thing about Germany is that they have a lot of puppets, and Poland has not even close to my war contribution. So looking at this, I got everything. Very good. What I didn't expect is them to capitulate this fast after I got Berlin, so I couldn't even got a walk already on Poland, but I guess we can do that now. I also didn't want Germany to survive, and this over here is no Prussian core, so I couldn't give it to them. So I'm gonna return this to Lithuania. You're welcome. By the way, we're finally about to have a faction because I finally got to the focus, meaning that we will see in a second how much land I actually conquered on the map already and how big our empire has grown. Yeah, focus is done. We got a faction now. Let's get this actually very nice modifier over here for faster justification time. Makes Italy actually worth as a world conquest nation. So I know there's someone who really wants that in my comments, and you know what? You might actually get it. But so far, oh yeah, okay, we are quite big. By the way, it's 1939. I'm not sure if I said this already, but it's 1939, and this is Italy. So yeah, with all of the mistakes that I did do, this is still very much fun and strong. And my new factory count is 500. 100 civs and 481 mills. What do I do with all of these factories? What do I build? This is just so much. I might actually, you know what? I'm gonna start a tank program after this. Just for the Soviet Union war, out of nowhere, produce a lot of tanks and just run them over. Like in 1 month, we will build like 1,000 tanks. I'll believe. But I gotta say, it really starts to lag now. The lag, if you see this, you feel like the bounciness. Oh my god. I'm not sure if we can do Soviet Union if it continues like this. My real limitation might be the game. You know what? I might just go away from my PC until we get the war justification on Poland. I just saw a puppet list over here. Oh, this is like, I got this idea from a comment, and it is such a stupid idea. It is absolutely horrible, but at the same time, it is kind of really fun. It is really good. Your main limitation and why no one would ever do this is because it lags the hell out of the game. Like, I have a good PC. I use it for editing. I use it for rendering. It is my job to have a good PC. And even my PC really starts to struggle now. It is not a good sign for what's to come. I love how you can see in the background, like in real time, the factory count go up because all the puppets are doing different focuses and it lags the hell out of the game. But it gives so many factories. It is actually funny. But the time, like, it's so slow. If you look at the live timer right now, it is, this is not 1939 HOI4. This is 1955 HOI4. I just remembered that I should definitely infiltrate Moscow. Otherwise, I might have a problem getting them to capitulate. But yeah, finally, my war goal over here is done. I'm immediately gonna declare it. Oh my god, the lag. I'm gonna not call everyone in, but the border puppets, so I can actually push and hopefully defeat Poland / Lithuania very soon. I mean, there is only green, so that is good. But they are trying a last stand. Screw you, Poland. I don't have the lag for that. Come on. 10 days for Stalin, though. That is very good. With the lag in this war, I'm becoming, like, really scared of the Soviet war. This is gonna be horrible. But yeah, that war is over. And that's that war done. Still release the German, right? Oh, no. But yeah, I would say let's officially prepare war against the Union itself. Could actually already declare the war just in case I lose the war goal. I mean, I'm not bordering them right now, so it doesn't really do anything so far. And I will order my entire industry just to build a lot of airports because I have a lot of air force that I don't even think, I haven't even deployed it yet. Oh, I haven't. I don't have enough men in the army. Let me just clean this up. And now I do. Very good. My air force was a little bit too big for the taste of my recruitment officers. Didn't even notice it. We get Mussolini as a field marshal now, so I'm just gonna order him to get Leningrad. Good luck, Mussolini. And let me guess, I will have this wall of flags for the rest of my game now, because all of my puppets always want to join. But yeah, I would say once my airports are kinda ready, get away. I need to see this. Even clicking this away lags. Ever had this idea? I love you and screw you. That's my honest take. But yeah, I would say let's finally call in the border nations here. Not everyone, because that would kill my PC. They do be trying some pushes. Oh my god, yeah, I can't get rid of this. I will immediately just ask again. But yeah, they're trying to push here, trying to push here. I would say we just, you know, push a little bit over here. You know what? General offensive. Let's get this rolling. I did, by the way, really mean it. I'm just gonna start to really fast build a tank program out of nowhere. I think this can even be expensive tanks. Oh yeah, we're already building so many tanks a day. Oh, this is great. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna risk it. I need to get rid of this text here, and the only way I can do this is by calling in all the puppets. So, you see a list of all of my puppets. This is good. This is very good. Anyways, I'm gonna risk it. Oh my god. The lag. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Yeah, this is fine, guys. This is fine. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get myself a new coffee. I'm not joking. This will take a while. Okay, I'm back, and I think we might be generally done with this. I'm just gonna let those time out. If I click this away, it will take forever. Ladies and gentlemen, the lag got worse. No! The good thing is I see my screen again. That's the upside. The downside is the lag got worse. Okay, new strategy. I'm gonna use a little bit of American manpower. Kind of recover my reserve a little bit because the Soviet war is a little bit, you know, a little bit burning me out. Also gonna use my thousands, okay, not thousands, but 100 of free civilian factories to just keep the autonomy in the USA low by building a lot in them. And I think that should just carry me through this war, and then we're basically done here. So that should be fine. What I do need is always more airports because I gotta keep air supremacy. Otherwise, this becomes a little bit impossible. But if a little bit of micro can do a few very good pockets, should give us the overhand and should win us the war. Maybe this year? Probably not, but maybe. Oh no, the compliance government is gonna be way too late. I can dream though. Yeah, I gotta say, so far the pushes are going way better. I feel like since I reorganized a little bit the battlefront, it is actually quite doable. Before that, it was just quite painful. So we might have this very soon. The compliance government will take a lot more time, but until then, we might already be in all the big cities, which is sadly not enough for the Soviet Soviet Union, but it's also not bad. What I also need is more airports again, so build that, please. All the airports. And yeah, while this offensive is going on, I literally finished constructing a few tank divisions. I'm just gonna send them over to Mussolini to help a little bit. They're not trained yet, but to be fair, I don't have the time to train them. The war is over very soon. If I literally wait for 100%, I will not be able to utilize them. Sorry, guys, you have to train on the battlefield. Losses now are 700k versus 2.1 million. I mean, closer to 2.2. So we fixed the KD. It was pretty much 1-1 before, and now with a lot of encirclements, and you see still some remnants of that, this is going better. But I gotta say, you don't want to know how much this lags. It is so bad. I think I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna edit like most of the Russian war out, but the lag in this is just really, really bad. This takes so long. And that should be Leningrad. Goodbye. Those tanks actually came in very handy to get that because it was quite fortified. And in the background, we took Moscow. I didn't even see that. Oops. I would say to just speed up the conquest in the middle a little bit. I'm actually gonna send my tank divisions here to push along the lifeline over here because there's a very good supply line over here into Siberia. And not controlling that makes it a lot harder to get there. So I'm gonna try to do that. At the same time, there's a potential encirclement over here. So maybe I'll just close that. Plus, we're about to cut them over here in half. So why not finish that off and do that? And this takes 75 more days. Yeah, I might actually think we finish this before the compliance government is done. This is crazy. Oh my god, the lag. I feel like it gets worse and worse and worse. But even when I try to go in or out, I really feel the delay. I love that normally huge lag means you're about to capitulate the Soviet Union. But here it just means a day passed. I do think, yeah, we will probably get the compliance government through and then this should be over, hopefully. Still doing some huge pockets on the way. I mean, the war is about to end, so let me just show a quick balance. We had 3,014,000 casualties on the Soviet Union and around 800k on our side, which is still a lot, but what a meat grind war this was, with basically no tank divisions at the beginning. And now that I have them in the territory where they have no supply anyways, yeah, this got like quite well, thanks to our Air Force mostly. So praise them, they did a good job. But this might be a home before Christmas kind of event, so that is cool. And I heard the compliance government, I think that's the war over, or my game crashing. Okay, it was literally about to crash. I already saw the white window screen. Even the peace conference lags. Oh, this is gonna be horrible, but I'm committed. I'm gonna click this all one by one with all the lag. And you better like and subscribe this video, otherwise it will come through your internet cable. And I don't care if it's wireless, I will go through there and make you like and comment if you like it or not. For legal reasons, this is not a threat, but a kind suggestion. Okay, peace conference is done. I don't like the lag. It's really bad. Please don't crash, please. Oh, we did it. I think on accident, yeah, I took all the Russian land myself. So I puppeted Russia over here, and I'm just gonna return the territory. Return territory. Bum. Means I have horrible borders with White Ruthenia, because I took that from them to still have a puppet in Russia. But I gotta say, overall, I'm really happy with this run. This was absolutely dreadful to do, but it does show off how strong puppets can be, because they all get their own focus tree, and they produce you so much factories. It's generally crazy how much factories I have, and it's 1940. It's about to be 1941. But to be fair, fighting Russia is just always dreadful. Therefore, this was quite fast. And if I go to my faction map mode, you might even notice how much land we actually conquered in all of this, and it's quite a lot. And the only reason I will be stopping now is because of the lag, and because I'm hungry and I want to eat something, okay? 3 p.m., okay? And no breakfast yet. I don't recommend. Anyways, my divisions, the American one, the tank one, the infantry one, and that's it. I mean, there's also the paratrooper, but wow. My supporters, thank you. Until next time, bye.